All right. So, welcome everybody. Today is April 3rd. Um, Snowy outside. I can't believe it. But here we are in the beginning of spring, and that's what happens. But I'll go ahead and start with a couple important reminders as we wait for everybody to trickle in. Um, this is the same reminder that I had on Monday. Just make sure you check your document and RSVP for any upcoming events. Yesterday at the zoo, it was so much fun. It was really cold.
Oh, it was so much fun.
It was a lot of fun though. It was really cool. I got to bring my 2-year-olds, and they were pretty cold, but we had a good time. So, all right. And then just another reminder to have your book, whichever book you've been assigned to, have it ready by April 14th. So that's about 10 days away. It's more like 11. So you have plenty of time to either check it out from the library, ask a neighbor, whatever. Do something to find that book. Everybody type a happy face in the chat if you know which book you've been assigned to. Okay, so let me know that you have visited the site and you know, and I have it linked right here, you know which book. Okay, so I'm getting some unhappy faces. Well, I have it linked for you right here. All you have to do is go to the book club site, and I don't want to tell you which book you're in, because I want you to go to the site to figure it out so that you can start exploring. I know it looks a little small to you when you're looking at it on my screen, but it'll look normal when you're, viewing it from your screen. So here are the two different books. I want you to click on it and find your name to figure out what book club you are in. And then I want you to just explore what the book club jobs are like, what your interim assessment is going to be, and what your final assessment is going to be. So I want you to go to that site and explore it a little bit, okay? All right. So there again, I have it linked for you. You have until April 14th. And Claire is asking where I can find the book. I would say, the best place to look, first of all, is the library. The library has several copies of both of these books because they're really popular. Worst case scenario, you might have to ask some friends. Maybe you have a friend who goes to a regular brick and mortar school and they can check it out from their library. Um, if you absolutely can't find it, I might be able to find a copy for you. Okay. Okay. All right.
Hi,
Now,
Miss Bruns.
yeah. Oh, hi, Emma. I'm so glad you came. Welcome.
I'm going to appear as my sister.
Oh, yeah. I can see that. I know you're not Lily. And hi, Micah. Welcome. Okay. Now, here's for your new announcement. This is super important. So, everybody ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next week, all grade levels, this is K through 12, so everybody in the school, well, actually, everybody in the district, not just our school, has interim tests next week. You can take them from home, so that's really good news. You don't have to go anywhere,
Yes.
that kind of thing. So I have posted in your homeroom all of the instructions that you need. It looks a lot like the test that you've taken before, so it's not going to be brand new to you. I have canceled VCs on Thursday of next week to give you time to take this mandatory test. It will take you probably about an hour, so even a little bit more time than you would have spent in your virtual classroom. Okay, so just a
What does
reminder,
mandatory mean?
mandatory means it is required. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. April, May virtual classroom schedule. I've linked it for you here. So let me just, I put a little note, print me, have it nearby. Um, Here are all of your Monday dates that you will have a virtual
Hmm.
classroom. Here are the dates that they are canceled for one reason or another. Um, Here are your Thursday dates.
Thursday.
Wait a minute, that's not a Monday. I'll have to check that. I don't know. I'll check that May 2nd one. Either way, um, here are some agendas that I already have done and linked for you. here are the explanations of why certain VCs are canceled. Either we have some kind of testing for fourth and fifth grade, um, there's Memorial Day, there's graduation day, there's all kinds of reasons. But um, anyway, so make sure that you have that handy and just keep it nearby. Okay, any questions before we get started
No.
on our reminders? Okay.
Nada.
Good. Well, they're important. Just remember to always look at them. Okay, guys. So on Monday, this was fun. We explored area and perimeter, and we were talking about making a healthy plate. So we were kind of, talking about food on our plate and how much area that food would take up. For instance, let me just give you one example. Let's say we were talking about a pancake. So usually pancakes are circles, right? Or sort of circular. And so we would find the area of the circle, okay? So of that pancake. All right, and then some of us, we didn't have a chance to do it over spring break. So some of us might have pictures of portion sizes versus a serving size. So let's just go ahead and see who wants to jump in and start sharing.
I will.
Okay, Adam, I will make you the presenter.
Actually, I don't have a picture of it, so could I just show it on my camera?
Oh, sure,
Because
absolutely.
all the cameras are broken.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. Go ahead and turn on your webcam then, and then we'll look as closely as we can at what Adam is showing us.
All right. Now it may be backwards.
And you guys, you can stretch the picture of Adam out, and then you can make it smaller when he's done. Okay.
Okay. So here I am doing. Okay, so I have 1 ounce, not 1 ounce. Yeah, 1 ounce of 21 pieces. 1 ounce equals 21 pieces, which equals 1/3, as you could see here.
Perfect. Yeah.
This equals 1/3, which is the amount, the serving size that this bag says.
Of Cheetos. And Adam, look at that bag again. Tell me how many calories are in 1/3 of a cup.
Okay, let's see here. Let's see how many. Well, it says here amount per serving, calories 150.
Wow.
Wow.
And calories from fat 90.
Jeez. Okay,
So
guys.
not a very good snack.
It is not a very good snack. For a very small amount of Cheetos, it has a lot of calories, and a ton of the calories that it has comes directly from fat, and not the good kind of fat.
Right. And now 1/3, I mean 21 pieces, 1/3 of a cup versus the amount I always eat, which is a bowl, a small bowl.
Okay.
So 1 bowl equals 1 cup, and 1 cup equals 90 pieces of Cheetos.
Wow. So you usually eat more than the recommended serving, so that's a lot of calories.
Actually, I don't really eat a lot of it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I get the amount I think I want, but
But you don't always eat it all.
no.
That's good. Did you have any other food examples, Adam?
That would be it.
That's totally fine. Because that's all you really needed was one good example like that one. All right.
I'll go next.
Okay, yeah, I have Claire who volunteered to go next. And then who just said that they would like to go?
Emma.
Okay, so let's have Claire and then we'll have Emma. Claire, I'm going to make you the presenter, okay?
Actually, I couldn't get it on my computer, so I just have it right here on my iPad. So I'll just
Oh,
put it through the camera.
perfect. Okay, so same thing. Turn on your webcam and then we'll take a look at your picture.
Okay, so here is here's the nutrition facts.
Okay, perfect. We can kind of see that. Okay, calories, it looks like 70 calories from fat, looks like 20. And that's for 8 crackers, okay. Um, Looks like it doesn't have a lot of sugar, that's good, but it also doesn't have much protein either. So,
One green. Sorry.
so what do you guys think about this snack? It looks like a garden herb, there we go. Garden herb crackers.
Hmm. Well,
It
Sounds
only
a
good.
has,
lot of times, what I think that kind of midway,
yeah, I mean, it's only 70 calories, so that's not terrible. Eight
other than the
crackers,
Cheetos,
right.
which were 150 calories.
Exactly. And I think that this probably has a little bit more grains in it, so it'll probably keep you fuller than the Cheetos would. So I think this is probably a better choice. What could you do to make this snack have some protein in it and make it a healthier snack overall?
Put it with peanut butter or nuts or something like that.
Perfect, Emma. Yes, add a little bit of peanut butter to the crackers,
I did it.
or nuts, or even cheese. Cheese, I mean, you can't eat a ton of cheese because it has a lot of saturated fat, but cheese does have protein. So, very good. Anything else, Claire?
Nope.
Okay, well, then we will go to Emma next. Emma, do you want to be the presenter or do you just want to hold it up to your
I'll
website?
just share it on my like this.
Sure. Okay, go ahead and perfect. You have your webcam.
So I chose a banana.
Good. Good.
I've got 2 pictures. This one is of me measuring it with a jump rope because we didn't have any string.
Love it. You actually took it to the next level here and did our assignment and found the perimeter.
Yeah,
Very good. How many inches did the banana end up being?
20 or 10.
Yeah, 10 inches. So that would be, um, looks like what? Yeah, looks like about 10,
Almost 2 feet.
almost 2 feet. Wow, that's a big banana. Very cool. All right, good job. So I'm glad
Thank
you
you.
found an example of perimeter. Um, and what else do you have for us? Or is that it?
Nothing.
That's good. No, that was perfect.
We
All
were
right.
going to try and do the area, but that'd be hard to do on a banana.
Yeah, the area of a banana, since it's not a really good shape, yeah, that would be kind of tough. It'd be easier to find like the area of a cracker that's a perfect square, right?
Yeah.
Or like the area of like my pancake that's a nice circle. So those are much easier. Okay, does anybody else have another example of a food that they would like to show that maybe they found the area or perimeter of? We had some really good ones so far. Okay, well, that's not a problem. Let's move on to our conversation and talk a little bit more about what did we learn. And so anybody can turn on their microphones. I think it'll be easier than spending the time typing an answer. What does it take to make,
Perimeter.
yeah, what does it take to make a healthy plate?
Oh wait, Miss Bruns.
Yes, go ahead.
I need to tell you something.
Sure.
I played the game.
Good.
I managed to get the spaceship off the ground.
Oh, that's awesome. So, what did you learn
Although it
about it?
exploded. Well, I managed to get it in the air, but it blew up in midair.
Okay, well, um,
I
to
didn't
be
put too much grain. I didn't put enough grains.
Well, that's what you learned then, that you were a little bit short on the grain group. And that was kind of my next question.
And then, of course, because I didn't want to get the health meter into the red zone
Right?
because if I put one more grain, then the health zone would get into the red.
Exactly. Very
So, I
good.
mean, either way, it would explode.
It would have exploded. But you were able to identify, Adam, that you needed more grains, and so that's the important part.
Alright. At
Claire,
least I got an airborne.
Claire got all the way. Tell us then. Go ahead and turn on your microphone, Claire, and tell us what you learned about making a healthy plate or about food groups in general.
Well, you have to balance it out so you can't go all the way to where the arrow starts shaking. You have to keep it in the green, but like in the middle of the green. And
Oh,
you
okay.
can't have too many foods in one meal.
Perfect. Okay, so that's really the important part because some people might not know about the arrows if they haven't played the game. The important part is that you have to have a certain amount of food from each food group for every meal. What is the food group that you have to have the most of?
Grains.
Grains is slightly below a different food group.
Fruit?
Veggies.
It's veggies. That's right. Veggies first. Fruit and grains are a close second. They're pretty much the next biggest food groups. Okay. Anything more about analyzing food labels and portion sizes?
Um,
Ahas, or anything you learned? What? Speak up.
Well, Miss Bruns, what I think I found out on mine
Hmm.
is that maybe eat 3 Cheetos max.
It's 10 o'clock.
Perfect. So eating less because what I think Adam is trying to say is that sometimes what you want to serve yourself versus the portion size is quite different, and you need to be
Because, I
very
mean, still, the portion size is pretty bad, aside from the size I usually get.
exactly, and you need to just be cognizant of what those food labels say. How much protein are you actually ingesting? How much sugar is in some of these type of snacks? Um, and then of course, calories too. So
That's bad.
yeah, it
It
can
only
be.
has like 2 grams of protein.
Exactly, so that's not much. So
Because all of these Cheetos are made up from enriched corn meal.
mm, yeah, enriched, anything that's enriched means basically they stripped the nutrients out of it, if you see that word enriched. So,
So, I mean, really, this thing only has like iron 2%, no trans fat, and only,
well,
whoa, 5 grams of 1.5 grams of saturated fat.
okay, well, I mean, so it
Oh,
doesn't have a ton of fat, but it doesn't have much else going for it either. Um,
so
all
it
right.
says total fat 10 grams.
Ooh, wow. So maybe it does kind of have a lot of fat. What about
So, I
area?
mean, really, what.
Oh, go ahead, Adam.
So, I mean, really, what I think I should do from now on is eat like 4 or 10 Cheetos.
Hmm. Make it more of a treat instead of an actual snack. Think of it as more
Right.
of just a treat. Like you wouldn't go and have 15 cookies, I hope. You would only treat yourself to like one cookie. So same with Cheetos, okay? Because some of those snacks are really deceptive. They think you feel like it's a snack, but it's actually more like a dessert.
Yeah.
Whoa, what about area and perimeter? Did anybody watch those videos about area and perimeter?
I didn't, but I learned that bananas are very high in protein.
Good, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Um, Bananas are also high in a lot of essential vitamins that we need because, well, I mean, they're a fruit. There's nothing artificial about obviously a banana. So perfect. Um, okay, guys. So we're gonna move on just for time's sake. We're kind of done with our little math section, and we're gonna move into nonfiction text. Okay.
Yay!
Yay! So I thought this was an appropriate health topic because I have a cold right now. So we're going to learn about colds.
Microbes. I
Yeah,
think I read that before.
you might have read.
Like small germs.
Yeah, they are kind of small germs. So I think you might have read a version of this book.
Like maybe a demo of it.
Sure. Okay. So, all right, good readers use what they already know about a topic to understand and remember new information. So, what do you guys already know about microbes?
They are
About,
very tiny germs.
Okay,
well, one I think I might know is that microbes, you may just know by the title and the name that they're small microscopic germs, little
hmm,
organisms that run all over the place.
that's right.
And you don't see it, and you can't see it without a microscope.
Probably not. So definitely, you definitely can't see things that are that small. How do they spread?
Well, they spread through touch,
Hmm.
feel, through touch, sneeze, cough, spit,
Yep, that's right.
food most of all.
Absolutely. They can pass through food. There's a lot of different types of microbes. So we're going to just go ahead and start previewing it. And then we're going to finish this on Monday. So we're not going to have time. Oh, why does it log me out so quickly? I was just in here like 5 seconds ago. Here we go. And then we'll finish on Monday. Okay, give me a happy face in the chat if you can see the book.
Okay, I can see it. I have read this one before. I remember that.
Oh, well, not a big deal. It's been a while, and you're going to have to do something more with it this time. Okay.
Right.
All right, guys. So, what do we do when we are reading a nonfiction text? What's the first step? Well, we've kind of already done it together. We think about what we already know. So, I'm going to type that in the chat. Think about what you already know. So, we talked about that. Then you preview the text. Good. And Adam said, look at the list of facts. Well, looking at the list of facts, basically, I think what he's trying to say is like, look at, and I'm typing this in the chat, at diagrams, pictures, and charts. Okay, because a lot of those will give us good information about a nonfiction text. Also, nonfiction texts always have what at the very first page? A table of,
Contents.
there you go, table of contents. Very easy way to figure out what you're going to learn about.
Oh, and also, Miss Bruns,
Uh-huh.
I found out that some viruses, very rarely this happens, but you know how some viruses just get into your cells, clone themselves, and then make a virus?
Uh-huh.
With some viruses, it's not always the case of that.
That's true.
Some viruses just go into your cell, clone themselves, and then leave.
That's right. Yeah, some of them do. They're all different in how they react in your body and what your body does.
Yeah, I mean, really, there's some viruses that are just innocent
Innocent. Yeah.
for now.
All right. So, what are microbes? That's our first section. Well, after the introduction, of course. Then you're going to learn about your immune system. And then this is a section we're going to do together. We're going to look at 4 different types of microbes. And I think what Adam is trying to tell us about is the difference between microbes. Some are bacteria, some are viruses, some are,
Because what the bacteria will do is just clone itself.
sure, they all act a little bit differently. And so we'll look at the differences between those 4. And then we have a couple more chapters. How do microbes spread infection? Outbreaks and epidemics, fighting microbes with vaccines, and antibiotics, the magic bullet. Okay. All right, so just take a look at the pictures and read, do you know? Read it to yourself.
Could you make it big a bit, please?
Actually, I don't think it'll get any bigger.
You know what? Maybe I could zoom in.
Yeah, and I will be emailing this to you. So after virtual classrooms today, I will email it to you so you'll have it on your own, and it'll be much bigger for you. Wow. So
Oh no.
look how different medicine was in
Yeah.
1799. They thought that when you were sick, they thought it was because of your blood being infected, which we know now is not the case. All right, here is a picture of different types of microbes.
Oh
Um,
wow.
I know it's pretty
Let me
gross.
take a picture of that.
That's disgusting, really. Um, and as Adam was saying earlier, you definitely cannot see these with the naked eye. You'd have to use a microscope. Hi, Charlie. You're a little early. You're about 15 minutes early. So why don't you come back at 10:15? All right. So I'm just kind of previewing our text. This is a man. You can definitely tell this is an old picture. This is from like the 1800s. Louis Pasteur, and he discovered something very important. All right, math minute. So those are fun. Let's do this math minute together. Some microbes can double their production every 20 seconds. If you start out with one microbe, how many microbes will you have after 4 hours? Whoa.
Start with one microbe at 0 minutes.
Hmm. Ooh, this could take you guys a little while. But when you're reading, I'm not going to make you sit here and do this right now, but when you're reading this book later on today, it'd be kind of fun for you to go ahead and do that. All right, so we are just previewing the text. Another thing that you
White
need to
blood
do,
cells.
exactly, another thing you need to do when you preview text, if you ever see a word in bold print, make sure that your eyes go to it and you read what that word is, so that at the end, when you get to the glossary, I'll just flip quickly to the glossary. Ew, that was gross.
Yeah.
Lots of gross pictures.
Yes. Disgusting.
And so I'm flipping really quickly. Before you guys read, I hope you take a little bit more time. But make sure that you take a look at the glossary as well, for any of those really tough words that you might not know as you're reading the book, okay? Because if you
Yeah.
need. Go ahead, Adam.
Fine.
Oh, I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay. I thought that was you. Sorry. Okay.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Jen?
Yes? Did somebody just say Jen?
Oh
I
no, that was my mom.
I'm hearing things, I guess. Okay. Oh, that was your mom. All right. All right, guys. So, what we're going to do together, and this is what you're going to end up doing on your own later with a different section of the book, is we're going to practice finding important information and then writing a summary. Okay, so I'm going to have to kind of maneuver my screen to show both at the same time. Okay, so I'm going to just pretend that we've already read the introduction, and I'm going to skip ahead to that section I was telling you about. Oh, whoops, one page too many. About the 4 different types of microbes. Okay, so I'm going to be listing information in these boxes, and then that will help us write a summary at the end. So do I have a volunteer to read this first section about bacteria?
I will.
Here.
Whoever said I will, go ahead.
Sorry.
Bacteria are simple single-celled organisms. Like all microbes, they are too small to be seen with a powerful microscope. There are both good and bad bacteria. There are many are more types of bacteria than there are types any other organisms on Earth. One type of good bacteria lives in our intestines. It helps us to break down and digest the food we eat. Some good bacteria also help our white blood cells kill bad bacteria.
Okay, all right. So as she was reading, I was typing important information. It doesn't show very neatly when I have to type it, but I'll just review what I wrote. Bacteria is a single-celled organism. There's good and bad bacteria, and there is more bacteria in the world than any other organism. So that is the important information. Would you guys agree?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I agree too.
Now, Miss Bruns, this is a little hypothesis I have
Okay.
that the bad bacteria, might be known as the viruses.
Well, bacteria and viruses are actually different types of microbes. So what we're doing right now is we're looking at the 4 different types of microbes, and we started with bacteria. So viruses are slightly different, Adam. Um,
Oh.
yeah. All right. So let's learn a little bit more about bacteria because we're still learning about bacteria. Do I have a new volunteer to read this next paragraph?
I will.
I think I could.
Grace Elizabeth, she was in the chat and she said, I will. So let's have Grace and then we'll have Adam.
Okay.
Harmful bacteria causes infections like strep throat and food poisoning. Nasty strep throat bacteria can cause a painful swollen throat, a fever, a headache, a stomachache, and swollen glands in the neck. White spots of pus appear on the back of the throat. Some types of harmful bacteria live on or in many uncooked foods. It can cause food poisoning. These bacteria invade when we aren't careful about how we handle or cook food. Remember to wash your hands before preparing food, meat, chicken, or pork. Should be rinsed off before they cooked. Food needs to be cooked to the correct temperature to kill bacteria. Food poisoning often causes an upset stomach, vomiting, and diarrhea.
Okay. All right. So as Grace Elizabeth was reading, the important information that I pulled out is that if you get bad bacteria, it can cause an infection. There were lots of different types that they talked about, like strep throat, etc. And then some bacteria lives in uncooked foods.
A lot of bacteria.
Exactly. Okay, perfect. All right, let me flip the page and we'll have Adam. Oh, see, now we're going to change. We're going to start talking about viruses. So I'm going to change my text color. Okay, Adam, so tell us a little bit about viruses. Go for it.
Okay. Viruses are even smaller than bacteria. Viruses live inside the cells of people and other animals. Viruses cannot live on their own inside other living creatures. Once inside, they can multiply. They can spread from cell to cell, causing infection. And one thing I might add is that viruses, over years and time, they can mutate and get worse.
Okay, good. And that's just from Adam. Okay, that's great. All right, mutates. There we go. And I don't know why it's not letting me change text colors, but I just skipped a line so that you can see the division there. All right. And then do you have a common cold or the flu? A common cold um, and the flu are both types of viruses.
Well, let's see here.
Right now, I have the common cold. But all right, and Emma would like to read next. Go ahead, Emma.
Viruses can make people sick. Some viruses can cause death. And a virus doesn't always play fair. A virus can easily mutate. or change its identity to avoid being noticed. This ability to change makes it more difficult to find. To kill a virus, the body must destroy the cell or cells in which the virus is living. The flu, chickenpox, and the common cold are each caused by a virus.
Okay, very good.
You know what, Miss Bruns?
What?
I have another hypothesis that I'm just assuming that when a virus mutates, it gets bigger, badder, worse. And plus, when it mutates, I assume that when it mutates, it destroys its another cell, a good cell. It destroys it and then makes itself look like the cell
Wow.
to avoid from being noticed.
Okay. Well, I'm not 100% sure about that, but how it works. But what I do know is that Claire is going to start with our next type of microbe and tell us a little bit about fungi.
Oh, fungi.
Mm-hmm.
Ew.
In some ways, fungi are like plants, but they cannot make their own food. There are two types of fungi: many-celled, which include both edible and poisonous mushrooms, and simple, single-celled fungi, which include the yeast that makes bread rise. Many types of fungi are
Parasites.
parasites. A parasite lives by absorbing the energy it needs from other living things. Two common infections caused by harmful fungi are ringworm and athlete's foot. Ringworm causes a worm-like red ring to appear on the skin. Athlete's foot attacks the bottom of the feet, an area between the toes, causing the skin to itch, crack, and peel.
That is pleasant. Okay. And Micah is going to go next. Micah is going to tell us about the last type of microbe called a protozoa. Protozoa.
Yay! Alright.
Protozoa. That's it.
Protozoa are tiny single-celled organisms that often live in streams and ponds. They are food for some birds and fish. Whoa. Protozoa are often found in dirty, underwatered,
Untreated.
untreated water. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
If protozoa gets into your body, they can cause stomach aches, nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. One dangerous protozoa is spreaded by saliva from an infected mosquito.
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 Oh, mosquito. Man, I hate that word.
That's it.
Mosquito. It causes a disease called malaria.
Perfect.
When an infected mosquito bites a poison, the protozoa entered the poison's blood through the bite.
Mm-hmm.
These words are so tiny.
I know. I'm sorry. When I send it to you in email, it'll be big for you.
Oh, good. I mean, I could get my glasses, but they don't really help at all, so I'm wearing my glasses right now.
Okay.
Malaria is a serious illness that causes a high fever. Oh, sorry, hold on.
High fever, delirium.
I'm sorry about that.
That's okay.
Blood through the bite. Malaria is a serious illness that causes a high fever, delirium,
Delirium.
Delirium.
delirium, and weaknesses. It occurs most often in hot
Tropical.
tropical areas. malaria kills 1 million people around the world every year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Micah. So what we have just done, I know I'm kind of rushing since we're at the end of our class, but what we have just done is learned about 4 different types of microbes. Looking at this information that I pulled out, the important information, do you think I could write a really good paragraph on microbes? I think so. I think I would have all the details I needed. What I would do is I would write an intro sentence, and then I would put all of this stuff right here. Oh, it's not going to let me do that. I put all of that into the body of my paragraph, and then at the very end, I would add a conclusion sentence. We will work on that a little bit more next time. I need to let you guys know what you need to do for Monday. Okay, in about 30 minutes, or actually more like an hour, when I'm done with my next group, I am going to send you the book that we just started. So I want you to go ahead and read it. And then I want you to pick a section, and I'm going to send you the summary chart, just like you see right here. Okay, so I'm going to send you this chart that I'm showing you. And I want you to pick a section that we did not do yet. So there's plenty of other chapters that we did not do together, and I want you to pick which one you will do. So give me a happy face in the chat, my 9:30 group, if that makes sense for you. And you're good. Perfect. 9:30 group, this has been so much fun. I will send that email in about an hour. You are done for now. Right.
Bye.
Bye, 9:30.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Let's see
Bye.
how I get better.
Bye. Hi, Clara.
Bye.
Hi.
Bye. Okay, so you're the first for our 10:15 group. Just hang out for a second. I'm going to get some water because my throat is dry and I have a cold.